Okay, Katharina. Kathy is coming in. And hey, Kathy, how are you doing?
Paul?
Yes.
The birdhouse completed. Can I send you?
I can't understand what you're asking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't have the complete final project. Can I send you the birdhouse during this week?
Something about this week. I don't know if you're too close to your microphone, maybe. Okay, I didn't assign anything week 7 or 8. Is there a way you can text me? I'm at a loss on why I can hear you, but it's kind of garbled. I thought there was a way you can type a text to me. I don't see it now. Maybe I'm thinking of a different online meeting system. Well, just Kathy's with us. It's the 10th of November, 2020. This will be the final class, week number 9. And I tried to learn annotative text dimension and hatching enough to demonstrate it. I don't know that I'm confident enough to demonstrate it. So hopefully students can email me their birdhouse, and I'll nitpick it in front of class. I hope I don't embarrass anybody. And one by one we'll get them finished. Monday the certificates will go out, so you got until like Saturday midnight to get me the birdhouse. Let's see, where's the birdhouse rules? Where am I? Oh. Okay, here's the birdhouse rules. I added note number 2 for the next time I use this in intermediate. It's tempting to have a V notch in the top instead of a nice tight seam in the top. And but that's a funnel for water to collect and drip into the birdhouse. So I'd like you to seal it either this way or overlapping. And I suppose this board could extend all the way out to here. And that would fit the bill. That would provide a, you know, a glued tight seal that water couldn't penetrate. But the rest, the other 15 still apply to this class. Let me double check I'm recording. I see a stop video. D AutoCAD class 2020 Zoom recording. And today is the 10th, so this folder never noticed meeting saved chat before. Anyway, it looks like it started recording at 4:08. Ah, thank you. Okay, I didn't realize there was a text file here. How do I reply? Yes. I don't know if she got that text or not. I don't see a reply button. But yeah, Kathy, yeah, you can finish the birdhouse as late as Saturday at midnight. I got a message today from Sherry that she wants to send out the certificates Monday, so I can email her Sunday on which students should and should not get certificates through, I think it's inter-office Holy Joe, like snail mail. But yeah, email me what you got and I'll nitpick it and fix it. So you can watch the recording later in the week and catch up with what I did on the Zoom meeting. Dan is with us.
Hey, Paul. I'm on my cell temporarily until Sally can get her computer up and running.
Sounds good. And glad you found a way with your oval labels. They weren't room numbers, were they?
No. We have part numbers and basically in the structural department we put ovals around our part numbers.
Okay.
And so instead of just having, you know, an oval and then the text inside of an oval and then a horizontal line coming off of that and a leader coming off of that, it's better when it's all grouped as like an entity so you can move it.
All right.
And so I was able to do it through the mechanical. I think it's, well, it might be in the vanilla also, but the mechanical toolbar has that. Oh, yeah, go.
Well, Dan, I think your message mentioned something about TP. And I'm not familiar with vanilla AutoCAD having whatever a TP is. I did come across a drawing, I guess when shipbuilding's, you know, totally different. I did come across a, you know, building floor plan today where rooms were, you know, had ovals around the room number. Getting that
Yes, so
lead.
Hold on a second. I gotta go to another room.
Okay.
The TP I think is tool palette, and then that's the tool palette where they had empirical and also metric type set up in there.
Right.
And so the one that comes up on my version of AutoCAD has circles as one of the options inside of the, text inside of a circle.
Right.
They have the text inside of a hexagon, but so I took the circle one and I copied that block and modified it to have an oval, and it worked pretty good. And I added the attributes like you taught us, because I wanted to also say in front of that oval in the text, reference 15, and then it's really, piece number umpty ump in the oval. So it worked out great. I learned something in this class.
Well, what about the leaders? Were they attached to the block, or did you make a separate block of the leaders that you could attach and stretch, scale?
So-
anywhere?
So
Go
the
ahead.
leader, understand the leader part of the functionality in the tool palette there, they had the original one and I just modified it. I'm not sure how to attach the leaders to a block, but they already had it. And like I said, I just modified the existing one.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sort of.
I don't know how to say that I don't know how they attached the leader, but the leader was part of the entity that I had copied and modified.
When you modified the circular block, could you remove the leader or put it on the other side and save it to a new name? Or
I tried to do the block separately. I tried to just make my own block, but then I didn't have the leader. So then I said, well,
Right.
I have that leader. And so I just modified what was existing. And the leader, the way that it comes out, the leader always comes out on the right side. So I'd probably have to somehow duplicate it and then do a setup so that the leader can also come off the left side. I just didn't have time to play with it because we're issuing the drawing.
Oh, yeah.
I literally just sent out an email before, clocking out about 10 minutes ago to get that drawing issued. And hopefully I'll be able to incorporate it on the follow-up drawing, which is due in like 3 more weeks.
Sounds good. I wonder what happens if you mirror one of those blocks.
Oh, yeah, I haven't tried that, but that's a good idea.
Well,
probably-
be on the lookout for the mirror. There's a system variable you got to make sure is set correctly so that the text is always legible.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's a,
text.
what's it called?
It mirror text, but I can't remember how to spell it. MIRRTXT maybe.
And then there's an option like 1 or 2. 1 is flip the text. 2 is like keep it legible type thing.
Correct. And modern AutoCADs, I believe, has it the way we want it by default. So hopefully, when you mirror one, the text of the attribute will remain legible, but the leader will flip to the opposite side.
Yep.
What if you need to point the leader up and to the left instead of down and to the left, or straight horizontal to the left? Do you have to do that, or are they all pretty? Is there enough space to,
So or come off the top or the like in the center at the top or the center of the bottom. It'll always be on the left or the right. Now, whether or not it should come off the top row of text or the bottom row of text is, I guess, subject to someone's opinion. You know what I mean? I don't think we have that.
I know what you mean, but now that you've mentioned multiple rows of text, it sounds like the part numbers and labels are, not a consistent number of characters.
Yeah, they can be different characters. Like for me, I added 3 attributes. So 3 different lines. The top line, which ultimately should have been the bottom line in the orientation when it actually shows up, was the oval with the text in it, the number in it, excuse me, the oval with the number in the center. And then the second line of attribute that I added was like quantity. So I just put the variable in there, 2x, like for a fastener, if you have 24 times, and then whatever the size of the fastener was, let's say it's a 5/8 bolt, put that in there as, and that's editable text like you taught us. And then the third line was a description, a further description, like say bolting ring type fastener. And so because I was in a rush, it didn't come out in the exact order that I wanted, but I was able to still modify the text so that it read properly. I still got to work on my technique in terms of that whole arrangement of, hey, is this text coming before the previous attribute or after the last attribute? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, Dan, you got a birdhouse I can nitpick?
I don't have a birdhouse. I don't. I wish I did. I've been real busy, like I said, working 10, 11-hour days, 13-hour days to get this job done. And I mean, this is a job that I've been working on on and off for a year now. And we had to push the date a couple times already. And so basically the long and short of it is I haven't invested enough time to build a birdhouse. I'm sorry.
I'm sure hoping I can see a satisfactory birdhouse before you get your certificate. I was telling Kathy that Sherry, what's her name? Sherry Morgan, I believe. She'll send out the certificates by snail mail Monday. So I thought Sunday night I'd send her a message, who they should go to. Well, I don't know if I think it's just you, me, Sally, and Kathy. Kathy's microphone's not working well. She's been texting me. I'm kind of sort of learning how to. There's chat. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the chat window, but that's how Kathy and I have been conversing, because I can tell she's speaking, but it's kind of scrambled and squawky. I don't know if that's a feedback problem or what. Anyway, maybe I'll just start the birdhouse from scratch. Did I do the birdhouse weeks ago? Like week number 7, maybe?
I don't think you. No.
Okay.
We haven't.
No.
All right. Maybe I'll start from scratch and do a birdhouse in 2.5 hours then.
Yes, please.
I sure hope we get more attendance than we got here. Yet tonight I'll have the recording posted. And I've been putting it in the assignment first. And, I have no idea how long it takes to upload to YouTube. All right, well, let me start a whole new birdhouse. I'll toggle between this birdhouse starter drawing, which I think has the title block and the layers built. Yeah, I gave you layers for floor, front, back, roof, sides. Oh, somebody's coming in. Damien. Okay. Joining us. Oh, Damien. I think your birdhouse is the most done. I was hoping everybody would have a partially done birdhouse so I could open it up and in front of the class, examine it to what's wrong and time permitting, fix it. And if you can't keep up with me, then watch the recording later. Slow down. I don't know that you can slow down the video from Zoom or a Google assignment, but I've taken advantage of the you go to the lower right corner of YouTube videos, and there's a little gear for settings. And you can slow it down to 75%, or you got a couple options. You can slow down videos. It's very rare that I come across a YouTube video that I want to speak, that I want to, I'm sorry, I want to speed them up because I got so little patience. There's just a few speakers that are so fast, I'm tempted to slow them down. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. We got Damien, Dan, Sally, and Kathy. I thought there was a fifth one that has been staying with us. But anyway, all right, here's the starter file, Birdhouse Starter version V1. So eventually we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 viewports in this layout ready-made, but we got a long way to go before we can worry about the layout. So let's make the front of the birdhouse on the XY plane, and then I'll 3D rotate the XY plane span to upright it, and from there on I believe I can jockey the UCS around to make the floor, the roofs, go back to the world coordinate system for the perch. Anyway, how fancy should I make the front? Damien, I think, had the walls taper out. So does that look like a good half of the front if I mirror that over?
Yeah.
Kind of a pentagon-ish looking thing. So there, we'll call that the front. We'll put the fancy cutout. What would be a cute cutout? Maybe a heart. Let's see, arc. MI for mirror. What happened? Oh, I'm still in arc. MI for mirror. MI for mirror again. A little bit of a jag there, but don't tell anybody. And TR for trim. Is that too big? Maybe scale it down so the squirrels can't reach through. Scale it maybe to 3/4. Better center it while I'm thinking of it. M for move. And eventually we want a hole for a perch, so maybe I'll use an NEA near O snap to put the perch maybe right there, and we'll make it say let's see, radius, maybe make it a diameter. Yeah, what the heck, a diameter of say 0.5 unit. Hello. What happened? Oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot I should have been typing dimensions. How big do we want this bottom to be here? Say 10 inches, 8 inches. Let's make it say 8 inches. So that would be a special use of the scale command's reference option. So I'll use the scale command, select everything, hit enter, pick a base point anywhere. Now I'll invoke the reference option of the scale command. I'll tell AutoCAD, hey, Mr. AutoCAD, I want this line to be exactly 8 units long. So I'll hit reference. They say, well, what do you want to set to a specific length? And I'll say, well, I want this guy right here to be set to a specific length. And now AutoCAD comes back with scale. What do you want the new length to be? Well, that's say 8, enter. And I probably should have deleted the, eliminated the circle. Yeah, I would have had to move it up. Where were we? So I'll draw the perch again, NEA or shift right click to get the perch. Well, that hole's a little high. Maybe I'll stick the perch a couple inches into the house so they can jump up on the perch and then jump through the window or the door. D for diameter, 0.5. Okay. We got a p-edit join the pentagon front of the birdhouse and this 1, 2, 3, 4 part heart shape. So that'll be done. I recommend the p-edit command or edit polyline icon. Join works, but force a habit. So I'll click the p-edit command, select one of the pieces of the heart. Yes, I want to turn it into one. Click the join option. J, enter, click it on the command prompt. And we'll select the rest of the heart. And I believe that's, yep, that's successfully welded into a closed polyline. Do the same process for the perimeter of the front. We'll change that line. Yes, I want to convert it into one. Join, select everything. Up. Why is it not closed? All right, I just kicked close and it's unusual. I thought I snapped end to end to end. Let's check out the width, see if anything strange happened. Oh, that's what happened. It came up here to the T intersection and went down and back up the vertical line. Always something. All right, we will hit escape or enter. We'll explode this odd polyline and select and hit E for erase. Don't forget AutoCAD, you can select stuff and then invoke the modify command. It's probably better to invoke the command and then select the objects, but we'll erase the vertical line. Okay, now where were we? P-edit, join. Yes, I want to convert it into one. J, enter for join, select everything. I failed to get these with a regular crossing window or regular window. So I'll select them manually with a crossing window, hit enter. I got the open option now. So that's a good sign that it's successfully closed. Okay. We'll put everything. Who's coming aboard now? Anna's joining us. Okay. I can always do it another time, but while I'm thinking of it, I'll move the everything we got here to the front, or the front back layer, so it'll be green colored. I believe I can extrude all 1, 2, 3 of these closed polylines, well, the circle and 2 closed polylines at the same time. I've been using 1/2 inch or 1/2 inch plywood, but there's not a requirement for thickness of the board. So let's go switch over to the 3D modeling workspace, launch the extrude command. We'll select everything we got here and extrude it to, say, 0.5. Now, unfortunately, I didn't set the layer current, so I'll have to fix that. Enter. We'll, because I was on the 0 layer when I extruded, the new stuff is on the 0 layer. So, always something, ain't it? We'll move it to the front back layer. And where's the layers? I'll set current. Okay, so much of the zoom controls blocking my screen here. There we go. Make current. We'll click the make current icon and whoop, didn't quite click it. Make current. I'll select something that's already on the front back layer. So the front back is current, and everything so far is on the front back layer. I believe I've succeeded in extruding. Let's go to a 3D free orbit. Yep, so far so good. Let's subtract from, oh, no. Before we do that, I'm going to copy this guy so I can use him for the back. So we'll go to copy. Nope, where is that? There we go, copy. And I'll set them beside here. Subtract. I want to subtract the doorway, the heart-shaped doorway, and the hole to insert the perch later. So I'll click the subtract lunar eclipse looking icon. This is one of those cases where you need see more than just one line here. Subtract the stuff, what you want to subtract from. In other words, the big thing. That would be this pentagon-ish extruded polyline, and hit enter. Next would be the region's stuff to take away, the small stuff. So I'll take that away. We'll do a visual rendering and 3D free orbit. So far, so good. All right, now I'll rotate 3D these 2 pieces upright, and from then on, I'll, you know, the front of the birdhouse will be what AutoCAD would call the front view. We're not, right now we're in what AutoCAD calls the top view. Now I think I've seen some students, you know, they successfully put the front, top, and right side views, but because everything was, you know, the front was still on the XY plane, they had to specify what would that be, top view in place, located where the contract says put the front view. Anyway, let me get a better shot at stuff here. Okay, we'll go to 3D rotate, or rotate 3D. I'm slowly getting used to this wedding ring newer icon. Select both items, hit enter. We'll say we want it to pivot there. I want this red wedding ring to be the axis of rotation, and From what I've seen, it always swings toward you. Type 90. There it came up. Now, how far do we want? Let's go back to the wireframe. How big of the, what's dimension do we want front to back? 8 inches between the front and back boards.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll move right on top of the other, and then we'll move, enter P for previously selected, enter. I got polar tracking on. I should have checked my O snaps and angle. Yep, good. Where was I? I think I'm going to have to move it 8.5 inches to get it to get the carpeting dimension 8 inches inside. 8.5, enter. Okay, while we're still on the XY plane, let me draw the polyline for the floor. We'll make current the floor icon. Launch the rectangle command and O snap from there to there. Now we want, I like, Damien, I liked your idea of making the floor a bit oversized and radiusing or rounding the corners. Although that does leave a ledge for water to collect. But let's proceed. Let's offset. What offset do we want? 3/4, say, 0.75, enter. Click out. No longer got a use for this guy, so we'll erase, E for erase, or click the erase icon. We'll fillet these, say 3/4 inch radius. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to put the rats. Okay, once I get the sides on, the ledge is going to be less on the sides than it is the front and back. Always something. So let's see, that means I need to add 1 inch to the width and recenter it. So we'll stretch the side out 1 inch for the 2 boards, hit escape to lose, and I'll locate a center of this.
Run out.
Isn't that a poor design? It's going to rot out because the water is going to stay on that edge.
Yeah. Tell you what, later let's radius so it's a curved edge. How about that? Let's make it a target.
Curved or not, right? It's overhanging. Or maybe I'm not seeing the design yet.
Well, you're right. There'll be an overhang, that debris can set on. But time permitting, I'll chamfer the edge so it slopes down rather than flat. I'll probably forget. Anyway, just to do a little different than the typical birdhouse. I'll click move, select that, go to the center, and go to the center. What happened? Center. Okay, that looks centered. I believe I can blip away these. I might redraw them again. I need to extrude the floor 1/2 inch. I think I can type -0.5 and it'll extrude down. It's always, which has priority, the direction the cursor's pointing or what you type in. Let's find out. Type -0.5, enter. I believe it went down. Let's check. ID, enter. Yep, the bottom is at -0.5. just for anal retentiveness, I'm going to lift everything straight up a half an inch so the bottom of the birdhouse sits perfectly on the XY plane. Being careful, I'm climbing up the Z axis, so use the second point of the move command to be 0.5 and hit enter. Okay, let's get a clear shot and start on the sides. I'll put a UCS on the sloped edge of the wall here. Maybe while I'm thinking, I'll change to the sides layer. Where's the UCS? UCS 3, I found very universal. So I'll click the 3-point UCS. I want my new 0, 0, 0 to be right there. I want the X to be that way, and someplace up the side here will be a point on the XY plane. That's kind of the intuitive point, but it could be anywhere. There's my XY plane. Let's we're good to go. Let's draw another rectangle. Now, oh,
Excuse me, Paul, this is Dan.
yeah.
Could you do 3D orbits so we can see like the orientation of how that axis is laying on which planes, please? Thank you.
All right.
Go more towards the face of it, like where the heart is. I'm kind of looking. I want to see towards the heart. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I see it now. Yep. Gotcha. Thank you.
It just occurred to me, I was planning to put the board, the sides, glue it to this edge here. Would that sell well in a gift shop? Having a seam of the side and the front?
No, you gotta put that board inside so the front face is clean with no gaps.
All right. In that case, my floor is a bit oversized. We'll fix that later. Go to rectangle. Make it from there to there. Nope. Make it from there to there. We're going to put it inside the, so the front board covers the edge. Let's see, Z is kind of sort of to the lower left, so I'll extrude it minus 0.5 in the Z direction. Minus 0.5, enter. Okay, this is a little bit of a fluke. I want the board to touch the floor. Yeah, that's okay. We'll, I think we can use the press pull command.
What about using 3D align? You ever try using 3D align for that, since that's in a different type of design? I had to use 3D align like a billion times from the way I was doing it.
Well, I'm not sure, Damien. If I use align now, that might shift the board down so I can slice off the little cheese wedge. You understand what I'm saying here? I'm a little hesitant to have the side touch the floor on a single line rather than a surface. Yeah, I don't. Let me do the press pull method rather than try to do the align. Yeah, if I do the 3D align, then the top of the side will get off. Actually, I should have offset this guy, shouldn't I? Tell you what, let's undo, and go back to the rectangle.
Huh.
Let's see, rectangle. We'll start the same there. However, we'll pull the top up a hair so we got something to shave off. And we'll push the bottom of the rectangle down a hair, so we'll shave it off at the level of the floor. Now we can extrude. Select it, negative 0.5 to go in the negative Z direction. Before I mirror this guy, I'll slice. Why did that not line up there? Well, I don't know how it got off. Do a conceptual. Well, that's even weirder. I've got an overlap. No. Somehow the rectangle got bumped in the negative, in the Y direction. Always something. Back to 3D wireframe. Now I'm taking a gamble here. If I grab this slab from a near point and move it to a perpendicular point, would that realign it? I can't remember if a near or O-snap works on a 3D solid. There is a 3D O-snap command that I really need to play with. I got it turned on. I still don't know what a knot is. How about the midpoint? Yeah, that's a thought. I don't see near. Nope, there's nearest. Nearest to face. Let's go to midpoint on edge, and we'll perpendicular it. It was the first time I played with 3D O-snaps. I don't even know when they came around. Where was I? Move, select that guy. O-snap on the midpoint. And all right, the perpendicular O-snap didn't come up. That sucks. Oh, shit. All right, be that way. I'll move it from this corner to that corner and then move it straight down. I got enough, just so I got enough overlap to 3D slice. Something is very strange here. Looks like as if my UCS is off. Notice how the blue board kind of tapers. Let's do a conceptual wire, and spin it around, and it looks somehow the board got a gap there. Always, always, always something. All right, we'll blip the side away and start a third time. Go back to wireframe, rectangle, from that corner to that corner. Zoom in, no surprises. I'll stretch this. Oh, I'll bet this is how it messed up. No. Y is on the edge, so If I follow the Y direction, maybe I accidentally went up the Z direction. No, Z's totally different. We'll say we'll make it there, and then we'll move this guy straight down the negative Y direction. Zoom in to make sure there's no surprises. And again, I'll slice both top and bottom. Where was I? Extrude, click, enter, negative 0.5, enter. Okay, we'll slice off the top with the slice command. I should be saving it now. Do that next. Slice, enter. Yep. My bad. Slice, select what I want to slice, enter. 3 points, very universal. You know, specify 3 points on corners of the side of the house. So there's a little scrap I got. Erase. The same thing is similar down here at the bottom. Slice, select the blue side, enter, 3 points, enter, and click 3 points on the floor that are not in a straight line. Enter. And there's the scrap for that. I'll erase. There. Now let's, we're still in, no, let's go back to the world coordinate system. And again, you can save coordinate systems, but I think they're fast enough to make. I think everything is looking good. And go to a 3D free orbit. Conceptualize it. 3D free orbit again. Don't see any surprises. All right, now we can mirror this side about center line of the floor.
Now how about a dado or a rabbit on the sides here? We want our birdhouse to be strong, don't we? I'm just playing.
Yeah, we can make it bomb proof. Eventually, I'd like to get the overhangs consistent, but I think the press pull can fix that later. I guess it does.
I think the heart is going to be tough for the little bird's claws to, you know, hang on to that edge that's sloping to the point. I think the heart should be upside down, so it'll be easier to get in and out.
Well, another workaround might be to raise the hole. I think there's a, is it offset command?
Oh, you can move the hole even though it's already been subtracted?
Yeah, I've done it before. I think you absolutely have to type a distance. You can't just grip edit it. Let me try. Sorry to spend so much time here, but I believe, as I recall, I'd need to type, say, 0.75, just move to offset it up. Nope, that didn't work. Offset faces. I don't think it was move faces, but let me try that as well. Okay, one face found, enter. Going up the, actually, am I in the world coordinate system? I've already forgotten. Yeah, okay, I'm in the, well, to double check. World coordinate system, move faces. Let's see, select the face. 2 faces found. Hold the shift button and unselect. 3/4 up. Up, I typed comma 75, 0.75 in the Z direction. There we go. And we could put a flat spot on the bottom of the heart. That's a thought. Maybe I'll put a little wedge in the bottom of the heart. Yeah, what the heck. Let's go to UCS again. 3. Click. Click, click. What happened? Three, enter. New origin there. New X, new Y. Damn it. I'm hitting space bar when I should be hitting. Oh, no, it's working there. All right, we'll draw a circle. Much bigger than that. Just using the circle as a guideline. Okay, now if I draw a triangle from these 3 corners and extrude it, it'll put a nice little flat way for the bird to walk on. Get back to the front layer. Polyline. I hope I can O-snap. INT. All right, how about this? I'll draw a line straight across the circle. I'll move the line straight up. All right, this is a bit of a jury rig, but I'll make the piece, the flat piece, oversized and just union it together, and all will be forgiven. Polyline, or let me do rectangle again. Make it any old size. Don't want to go down into the hole for the perch, though. I hit cancel too soon. Rectangle, click. I think the O snaps are biting me. I'll turn off the O snaps. Hope I can do this in 2 hours. Up, END to get there, click there, and nothing will go wrong. Extrude, and let's see. I want to go in the negative Z direction, say 12 inches is plenty good. What happened? I think my automatic save bit me. Let me save this before I regret it. I'll So the student work, week 9, Paul. We'll name it Paul Bird House. And we'll leave it version 1 just in case I need to, what the hell, let's erase Paul Birdhouse or Paul Final. Click save. Now there's the, doesn't look very thick, does it? No, I don't think I succeeded in extruding a rectangle. Erase that.
These are the kind of
Let me put a rectangle in free space here. Extrude it. -12, enter. Move this guy. Turn back on the O snaps. Grab him by the midpoint. I think I can O snap him to the bottom of this V. For good measure, I'll move him down a hair. Be careful to move in the negative Y direction. Oh, rats. I'm going to have to slice this a couple of times. That solid is way too big, isn't it? All right, press pull. I'll type NONE for none O snap. Okay, union. That and that, enter. Okay, yeah, this will work. I'll just slice it once. Didn't have to go through the, didn't have to go all the way through after all. I don't know what I was thinking. Slice, select the O snap. Did I, something went wrong. Slice, select the solid, enter. I don't know why I just clicked on the subtract. It should be on the slice. Select, enter, 3 points. Click, 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 enter. U for undo. Slice, select, enter. 3 points. Click, 2, 3, enter. Blip away. There. Why does that not say, why does that say top and, oh, do I have a, okay, this is not the world coordinate system. How did that happen? Top, front. Okay. It's a bit of a wider perch than I thought. Can I pull it down? Press pull. For undo. Press pull.
That was cool.
Okay, this. I was hoping it would follow the tapered sides.
I like the keyway. It looked like a keyway. It was pretty neat.
Well, I'm not proud of that. Let's continue for time permitting. Maybe I'll just seal it up and redraw the heart.
It's pretty cool. It's like the key to your heart, you know? It's like somebody sees it.
Yep. All right, mirror doesn't have to be the 3D mirror because we can reflect it about the world XY plane. So there's our second side. Now we need to do similar to the roof, oversize it, slice it before we mirror it. I'll go to the 3-point UCS again, set the 0, 0, 0 rot bar, X in that direction, Y in that direction, rectangle again. And let me move it and set current the roof layer. Okay, we'll offset it. Right now it's set for 3/4. Is that good? Yeah. Select offset. Might as well get rid of the original before I forget about it. We'll extrude this larger circle or larger rectangle positive 0.5. Let's go to a wireframe view. And I need to slice it straight down onto the peak. I believe I need to use another UCS. Let me go back to world coordinate system. And hopefully I can, 1, 2, and straight up the Z axis for the third point of the slice. Okay, slice, select, enter, 3, enter, click, click. Okay, that is creeping somewhere on the XY plane. There's the Z, enter. There we go. Let's get the warm and fuzzy. I believe that's a winner. In the XY or in the world coordinate system, I can mirror this roof slab straight over with the 2D mirror command. Select the roof slab, enter, snap in the middle of the floorboard. Go straight out the negative Y direction at an angle of 270 degrees. Hit enter. There we are. Okay, I got the 7 pieces. You know, my handout was a bit overkill, you know. You didn't have to make a 4-piece roof. So I think I've met the 7 boards requirement.
That's a gambrel roof you had on that other birdhouse.
Gambrel? If you say so.
Gambrel.
Okay. 5 minutes, I'm gonna forget that. All right, let's make a perch. How big is this again? 1/2-inch diameter. What the heck is that doing there? Let's erase that. I'll change the, just so I don't have to 3D rotate the perch, I'll set another UCS on this surface. So I can draw this circle, maybe put some spheres in it. Usually I make it with a polyline and then spline the polyline. But, you know, instructions say I can use primitives as well. 3D UCS there, there, and there. Double check. We'll start with a circle. Up when you make current the perch layer. We'll extrude a circle whose D for diameter is 0.5 to go into the 0.5 hole. Yes, I know you got to have a slight gap, but don't tell anybody. We'll extrude this guy. Bring him out some distance. This is sometimes I miss this dynamic input because then I can see right on the cursor how far I'm going. I've tried dynamic input and didn't really see the beauty of it, but I will give credit. I can see how far I'm working here. Yeah, let's make it say 4-ish inches. We'll get some spheres for primitives. And I'll move the sphere. And I'll copy the sphere. How's that? I believe it fits the bill, but kind of simple. All right, we'll union the 3 pieces together so they ride in an assembly. And we'll move the perch so it is barely touching the surface of the front of the birdhouse. Go to bail out of the move command, go back to 3D. So you can see the perch is at the entrance of the hole. We'll move the perch in the Y direction so it protrudes a little bit. Usually I just put it, you know, a 1/4 inch, but I kind of like that intermittent step for the bird to, you know, hop up on to get to the opening. I still got the attributes. I still got I still want to chamfer or radius the floor. All right, this is 3/4, right? DI for distance. There, PER for perpendicular. Yes, that's 3/4 for the distance. So let's force the sides to be exactly 3/4. 0.75, enter. Get a second point here. 7.5, enter. Now I can slice this end with these 2 points and up the z-axis. Slice, select the slab, enter, 3 points. 1, 2, and straight up the Z, enter, take that guy off. I'll mirror those 2 guidelines about the center of the floor. All right, we'll go back to the world coordinate system and mirror. It's got to be mirrored on the front, not the floor. Mirror, select the 2 guidelines, enter. Okay. I'm on the XY plane, but I believe the point is directly below the midpoint of the front of the birdhouse. So polar, straight out the negative Y direction. Slice this guy. Select the floor slab, enter, 3 points. 1, 2, and up the Z-axis for 3. I'll lose these guys before I forget. Now, can I fillet this? Okay, the board is only a 1/2 inch thick. So let me fillet it. Well, still have a slight dust collector. Don't tell anybody. Let's see, modify, where's the fillet command? No, that's trim. There's fillet. We'll set the radius. Well, let's try 3/4. I'm not sure what'll happen. We'll set the radius to 0.75, enter. Select an edge. You like that? No more dust collector. These things just might poke a kid in the eye, but we'll put in the user manual, place at least 8 feet off the ground so kids can't run and poke their eye out there. I think the house is complete. I need the attributes yet. How am I doing here for times? 5:30. I'm working about an hour. All right, we'll make current the attributes layer. And again, textbooks won't tell you to put them on a unique layer, but I like to be able to freeze the unique layer. Let's go back. I don't think I can get to create an attribute from this workspace. So let's go back to 2D drafting and annotation to get to the attribute panel. It's on the insert. Define attribute. Let me double check ID. I think I'm still on the XY plane, aren't I? Yep, Z equals 0. Define attribute. We'll leave everything, we'll call, what was this? Model number and price, I think, are the two requirements. Regardless of whether I type in caps or not, it'll change to caps. Can't use a blank space in the tag. Not sure if, I think you can. Yeah, you can use a blank space in the prompt or the default. Model NO. What's the model number? Question mark. Maybe give an example. AABB dash 1, 2, 3, 4 to say, I figured AA is the manufacturer, so I put PB on the handout. And BB was, the word for the object, so I put BRB or BRH for birdhouse. Where are we? Damn it! I hit escape. I shouldn't have. Model number. What's the model number? Default, we'll do the AABB-12344. Would indicate letters dash numbers at least. Click OK, set them somewhere. Hit enter for the next one. If to put it nice and neat below the first one, I'll check here, though the data extraction will work fine regardless of how pretty it looks. We'll put down a tag for price. Prompt is what's it cost? Question mark. And I'll put down, say, 11.11, telling, type the number of dollars and the number of cents. Or would it be better to go XX.XX? Now let's leave it 11.11. Click OK, and there's the price. Am I forgetting anything? Again, I'm not satisfied with that heart-shaped opening. I'll fix that later. I think I'm ready to block eyes this thing. I want the base point to be dead center on the bottom of the birdhouse. So I'll draw a guideline. There is that between 2 points O snap. Go to insert, create block. Right block means it creates a new DWG file. You want to create a block within this DWG, not a separate DWG. We'll call it Paul Birdhouse. Base point. Oh, no, I want to pick the base point. Click on the specify button here. Oh, snap dead center of that guideline. Specify objects. I'll select everything in the birdhouse can be in a mass selection. Hold shift to deselect that guideline. But it's good practice to select the attributes in the order that you want them to be asked. I believe by default, the newest one will be asked first. So I want model number to be at, whoop, what happened? I think I hit the wrong mouse button. Select everything, hold the shift key down, deselect, select the two attributes in the order I want them to be asked, hit enter, and hit OK. And nothing will go wrong. Up pops the two prompts. I'll say PB for the Paul Burgener Manufacturing Company. Say BRD, BR or BDH for Birdhouse. Hyphen, and we'll call it 00001. You know, a lot of the operators will forget to put the cost down, so maybe if the data is ever extracted, we'll do a search and replace the 11.11 with zeros. It could probably be written into a Excel macro. We'll call it, say, $29.95. Click OK. And I believe we got a winner. Go to the layout now. Make current let me save my file. Well, I gotta repopulate all these attributes. Oh, and I gotta do the plot stamp. Some of you, I think, got a title block with the plot stamp already made. Not sure how that happened. Where was I? Home, layers. Want to make current the vports layer. Recently learned vport is a command to create viewports. I had been using mv enter. I forget where the icon is. I think you got to go to go back. Yeah, to get to the icon, let's hit escape to bail out. I'm thinking 3D modeling. On layout, no. 2D annotation and drafting. I thought I had a layout tab. Why is it not here? Right click, tabs. Where's the layout? Let's see, view. Always something, ain't it? Well, I'll revert to the type-in commands, MV or vports. I want a single, oh, what the heck, let's make 4 equal. And I'll say they go from just inside the border. to just inside the border over here. Yuck. I guess this big guy, how did he come out there? We'll set this one to a southeast isometric. This one to top. This one to front. This one to right side. I'll select all three, hit double, get into paper space. I'll select these three viewports. Accidentally selected the title block, but that's okay. Properties, will isolate it down to just the three viewports. And what would be a good scale? And it looks like a quarter is, won't show the entire perch. How about a fifth? There we go, that looks good. 1 to 5. Or we could go to the American architectural scales. Yeah, let's stay with 1 to 5. Okay, we got to line these up. I'll stay on the viewports layer and launch a line command. We'll O-snap right there, bring a guideline straight across. We'll go right on the peak of the roof and straight up. Now, if they lined up, it's surprising. Usually I make viewports, you know, this, it's maybe by creating the 4 viewports, they automatically line up, maybe. Let's see. But they definitely do appear to be lined up already. I got them the same scale. I better lock them before I mess them up. Let's see, viewports, display lock, yes. All have the 0.20 custom scale. All right, this one I think we want conceptual. Let me go to the handout. What did I do here? All right, that's conceptual, isn't it? Yeah, these two are conceptual and these two are hidden. This one I think I made with a zigzaggy polyline and p-edit splined it. Give it that caricature. Anyway, where was I? Paul Birdhouse. Invoke or activate this viewport, conceptual. And I don't know, I'm going to experiment here. I think I can select them both and change the visual style of them both. Ah, it's locked. We'll unlock. Interesting. No, I can't change the visual style. All right. We'll do it the old way. Hidden. And hidden. Does the handout show the attributes? Okay, the attributes are shown only in the isometric. I don't think this is a requirement, but I'll freeze the attribute layer in the 3 orthographic views. freeze, click. This one might be a little difficult to grab. Freeze. Now what happened? Okay, the entire birdhouse. Okay, I froze the layer that I had put the birdhouse on, not the layer of the attributes. Not a problem. We'll go to the viewport layer, move the zoom stuff out of the way. And attributes, we want the VP current. Nope. New viewport. There it is, VP freeze. I want the attributes frozen in this viewport. Activate this guy and do the same. Ah! I think what happens is I kept current the attribute layer when I made the block. Always something. All right, we'll just remake the block then. I'll set current, say the, I don't think there's a requirement. I'll set the front current. We'll explode this. I'm going to have to retype the attribute values. Okay, everything is, the block will be living on the front back layer. The individual layers of the sides, front, back will control the color of the respective pieces. Insert, create block, what I call it, Paul's birdhouse, or Paul birdhouse. Base point should be rot bar. Select everything. That time I did not select the guideline. Select the two attributes, hit enter. Click OK and populate the attributes. PB, what I say, BD capital H hyphen 0001 2995. Click OK. If the wind's blowing right, yeah, the attribute layer is frozen in these viewports. I gotta freeze the attribute layer in the right side viewport. I believe I can, where's the layers? Home, freeze. Okay.
Hey, Paul, this is Dan. What layer does the block have to be in?
I'm putting it on the front back. There's not a layer called birdhouse. So I think your choices are one of the colored layers or 0.
Now, this is based on if we received a start model from you, or is this based on us making the layers ourselves?
I'm expecting you to use the starter file.
Okay.
I think I started with starter file and then I saved it as Paul Birdhouse.
All right. Yep.
So
Thank you.
I'll email it if you don't have it.
I just started working off of an existing one because I haven't had time to upload it to the system. So I'll get there. Thank you.
Not a problem. I guess I'll have to go to the layer property managers and freeze the attributes layer in this viewport. What else? The isometric could be bigger. There's a lot of white space between these two views, so let me move these two viewports a hair to the right. And these two a hair to the left. Does that white space look about the same? Maybe a hair further. We'll unlock this guy and it's not locked after all. How did that happen? Oh, I locked the 3 to get them the same scale. I didn't touch the isometric. We'll double click in there, type Z, enter, enter, and that brings up this real-time zoom. So you can slowly creep in and enlarge the view. Hit enter to get out. We'll get back into paper space and move, M for move, the viewport a hair up. You can barely see the corner there. I guess it's good housekeeping to not have viewports overlapping. But it's not in the contract, so. And it might be good housekeeping to bring the viewports in closer. Still got to populate the title block. Okay, drafter first name, UL, apply, last name, sloppy with the capitals, Burgener, apply, date checked. Let's put down today and pardon the military. But actually, the military just types the year 20. Now, didn't we learn anything from Y2K? Spend the extra file space and time, type 4 digits instead of 2. But they never ask me these things. Apply, who checked this? I did. Maybe I'll just put my own initials. Scale is on the 3 orthographic views is 1 to 5. This could be rigged as a field. Maybe I'll add that to the exercise next time. Drawing number. And it should say drawing name. We'll copy exactly what I saved it to. Revision, we'll call it A. What's that say? That's the sheet number, 1 of 1. put some spaces between. I think I got all the attributes. Nope. Name a drawing. Okay, we'll call that Paul Bird. B-I-R-D house. We'll change the drawing to put down a .dwg on it. Not a comma, period. Click OK. I don't know what FSCM is. Microfilm? Drawn date checked. Ah, I still need the plot stamp yet. Save my file. mtext. Click there, right click, height. We'll make it say that big. Make it plenty wide enough. What are the requirements? Now I'll take a guess. I'll change it to the layer. Right click, insert field. File name only. 2 spaces. And insert field and date and time of last saved. Save date. Click outside, we'll move that to the 0 layer where the title block lives. And let's check the rules. Attributes must show only isometric. Well, note to self. Yeah, I'll fix it right now. I think I misspelled only someplace as well. Maybe I fixed that. Xref a title block. Well, disregard that. I don't know how that remained there for so long because I gave you the title block on a layout. All viewports locked, orthogonal line up, same scale, make a layout, top, front, right, southeast. Attribute most only show. Okay, I gave you number 8 too in the template. Only the plot stamp, title block and plot stamp are on layer 0. Where's the field required? Here we go. File name and date in the plot stamp must be in fields. All right, by date, I chose the date and time flavor. Is that a comma? How'd that happen? Period. And for some reason, if I put a hyphen in this, it comes out as like a vertical line. Yeah, what is that? I can't for the life of me figure out why a hyphen comes out as a vertical line. So that's why I wimped out and just took the hyphen out instead of figuring that out. No interferences. Let me double check for interference. Go back to Paul Birdhouse, go back to model. Let's see, we'll go, are we on the world coordinate system? Let's check. Don't see any interferences. The sides do not penetrate the roof nor the floor. Just occurred to me, could I put a fillet? Well, either way, I'm going to have a sharp corner. We'll just call it good enough. What the heck is that? Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to build the block again to get rid of that sacrificial there. Since I got to do it anyway, let me go ahead and make a better heart shape. We'll go to UCS view. There. We will copy this guy. Draw a line from TAN, polar or object snap. And go over here, I could mirror it, but TAN or right click. What happened? Enter. And we'll draw a line to give a flat foot there, trim away. That a little too big. Nah. Where am I? Trim, enter, click, click. P-edit join. Yes, I want to make it a polyline. Select everything. We'll move it so it's centered. And lower it. Now, by sheer coincidence, I can subtract the new heart without having to fill in the old one because the new one's bigger. Now let's see where it is in space. Okay, that is at a Z of minus 1055. Okay. I think the heart is inside the house now. No. Looks like it's right on the face. I don't know why I got different. Anyway, we'll subtract, we'll extrude, send it in the -0 direction, plenty to cut through the board. ½ inch is sufficient, but years ago, if you how to put this, I think it was like rounding off in the 8th character, sometimes I'd get a infinitesimal thin skin. And I think it was because of the, you know, the far right decimal being 9 instead of 0. Anyway, we'll subtract. I gotta explode this guy again, don't I? Okay, where's explode?
Excuse me, this is Dan.
Yes, Dan.
Is it possible to take that new heart shape and bring it into the, not the ditto, but the block, and then do the edit inside of the block
Good,
instead of exploding?
good question. Let's find out. I've never tried that with 3D stuff. Double click on it. Okay, I got attributes. Where do I go to for block editing? On 2D, I'm used to just double clicking and the block editor would open up.
You got to go to mechanical. I meant you have to go to the 2D palette and then go to your block editor through there, right?
Well, here's block editor in the, oh, okay, I am in the 2D drafting and annotation. I forgot I thought I was still in 3D solids. Let's try this block editor on the insert tab of the drafting and annotation workspace. And which one is it? Paul Birdhouse or Paul's Birdhouse? Interesting. They appear to be identical. How'd that happen? I guess I created one. All right, let's bail out LI for list. And it is a Paul's Birdhouse. I must have mistyped. When I redefined the block, I put the S in and created a new block instead of redefining the existing block. Where did I see that? There it is. Paul's Bird House with a capital I in it. All right, where were we? Insert block editor. Paul's Birdhouse. Okay, I lost my 3D viewing. 3DFO for 3D free orbit. All right, now how can I get the bigger opening into this? I think I'm going to have to punt, Dan, and do it my way. I don't. I never noticed that before, but it looks like you can't. You got to create something new to add to the block. You can't just come out here and select an existing object. Not a problem. Close block editor. Discard. We'll go the old-fashioned way here. Home, modify, explode. Okay, 3D modeling. Subtract. from the front plate, I want to subtract the new larger opening. We'll insert, create block on 3D modeling. I'll specify Paul's birdhouse. I'll delete Paul birdhouse. Pick point, dead center of the construction guideline, select objects, and that other side, and the attributes in order, hit enter and redefine the attribute values. PB, BDH hyphen 0001, say, and inflation 35.95 now. Click OK. Go back to A size. Actually, I should have a little more white space above the viewports. Yeah, let me shrink this viewport and bring straight down the top viewport. I'm using the keyboard here. I know you hate that. Yeah, let's bring the isometric down a hair. Now, interesting, on the high quality visual styles, one viewport overrules another. The only way to avoid it I know of is just to prevent, keep the viewports from overlapping. Do I want to nudge this one a hair to the left so the corner here lines up? Yeah, why not? M for move, enter. Slide him over. And where's the line command? Still not. M for move. Nudge it a hair more. Now the white space underneath this bothers me. So let's move M for move, select these two viewports. Yeah, let's select them all. And we ought to select the guidelines already, although they're already messed up, no longer demonstrate the lining up. Does that look like a winner? Since the guidelines don't line up anymore, let's lose them. Save. I think I am finished. At an hour and 40 minutes. I wonder if could I fillet these edges back to 0, then round the corner, and then refillet it so that the fillet goes around the round corner. Nah, let's call it good enough. Oh, damn it, I still got that little rectangle. Always something. Lose the little 4 sides. Insert, create block. Redefine the one with the S in it. Base point there. Select objects there. Click, click. Enter. OK. Yes. Change that again. PB. BDH hyphen 0001. And price went up again, $38.95. Now, to get rid of that block, I don't know if I officially taught you this or not. The purge command will get rid of anything that's not used. Possibly a few exceptions. I don't know that you can purge a saved view. But certainly layers, blocks, text styles. You want to get rid of blocks, specifically the Paul Birdhouse block. And we'll leave the dimension style there. We'll leave the multi-text style. Used every layer. Interesting. You can delete, you can purge a visual style, but not a saved view. Never noticed section view style. Wonder when that came on. What the heck's a mine style? Oh, M-line, multi-line. Yeah, that was a command. It might have come out in release 13 in the late 90s. And it never got popular because editing them was unpredictable. Double check. All right. Rest of the night is yours. You want me to go over anything again? Kathy, you doing okay? Let's see, text. Okay, I seem to recall it was either Kathy or Sally that had a comment or a question, and I kept right on talking over it, like I only half heard it, so I apologize for that. Well, you want to call it a class? And
I have one question because I'm kind of, when I was looking over yours, since it's very similar to mine, and I was kind of redoing the sides, how did you get it to slice? Because it keeps saying mine doesn't overlap. Do you literally just have to pull it up high so that it can overlap,
yes.
basically?
Yeah, I believe I go back to model, we'll copy CP for copy. Bring it over here and actually coming out Got to be careful. You don't want to put the copy where it'll show up in the, yeah, see it's showing up there.
Mhm.
So let me move it a bit further. Explode it. X for explode. I believe before I sliced, here, let me freeze the roof layer to get it out of the way. I'm having trouble selecting this. Oh, wait a minute. I need to use the press pull command. Maybe. Okay, I doesn't want to select the blue surface because the roof surface is blocking it. So let's freeze the roof layer. There, freeze. Okay, before I sliced it, I press pulled, I believe, both sides. Wouldn't you know, it's wanting to press pull at the weird angle. But Damien, if you can imagine, while it was still a simple box, well, let me do it on the front here. Press pull.
Ah, okay.
So that gave me some scrap to cut off. Actually, no, maybe when I started with the original rectangle, did I grip edit the middle of the top of the rectangle and pull it straight up?
Yeah.
Or extruding it?
I think you gripped the middle and you pulled it up. I think that's what it was.
No, it's in the recording.
Yes.
Gosh, I thought I fell into the twilight zone a second there. Let me put the roof back on and slice off this, what's the medical tune? I wanted to say that cancer was, anyway, starting to babble. Layers. Let's go to the layered properties, thaw the roof. And again, we definitely have a foul, an interference there, where the front interferes with the starboard side roof. So let's, it doesn't, as long as we're careful with our 3 points, we don't need to have the UCS any particular way. We'll launch the slice command, select the front board and hit enter. Launch the 3 points method. And O-snap on 3 points on the bottom of the roof. Enter. And you delete. Top. This thing's more frustrating than it's worth. Okay, I think because I'm in a weird UCS, that's what's messing me up. We'll go back to the world UCS. Home, top, front. I don't believe there's any interference anymore. Any other questions on anything?
Do you want me to send you an email of what I have currently so you can nitpick it?
Yes, please. Can you do that right away? And I'll nitpick it yet in class, and
Oops.
that way nobody will say I skimped on my time.
Yeah. Come on now. Drag and drop.
Trying to think of what I nitpicked. The overlaps. Oh, and it's really not in the list of rules, but how to put this? Somehow the original rectangles remained in place. I'm not sure how that happened. It was almost as if the original rectangles were copied on themselves before the newer one was extruded. So that's just kind of bad housekeeping to leave objects under objects. I think there's an overkill command that gets rid of redundant objects.
So I just sent you my week 8 final. I accidentally sent 5, so ignore that one. Just open up the week 8 final, even though it's actually not done yet.
All right. I got 3 messages from you.
You pick the last one, week 8.
All right. Dan, week 8, F something, we'll download it.
Yep, that's it.
Well, I guess I can't ping you for your unusual architect style.
Well, that's actually typical of houses that are shingled with wooden shingles. That's what the rain doesn't go down through that gap that you made
Oh,
out of.
that's okay. I like that. Let me let's see. Is it a block? LI?
No, it's just solids, and you might even nitpick the layers, but I didn't have the actual start model yet. I gotta merge that into the start model and do the rest of the work.
Okay, you do have a hole in the front. Let's go to visual style. Oh, you need your attributes yet. Don't see any blatant interferences. Now, showing this seam right there might cost a sale or two, but we'll call it good enough. Oh, when you got the the foot pincher there.
Yeah, I know. I actually had to buy some time because you were going too fast for me, and that worked out good. Yeah, I did want the sides to go down, but then, so what I should do is pull that surface down and then trim the bottom plate off, right? Split it and pull the 2 sides down. I think I could do that, no problem.
If you say so. Another option might be just to build a box 1/2 inch thick, put it there and union it together. Let's see, 3D modeling box on the world coordinate system. Let's see, length is in the X. We'll make that plenty big, say 2 units. height. We'll make 1 unit. What happened? Well, we specified 2 dimensions. Let's see, DI for distance. This, I don't know why it keeps kicking me into dimensioning. Yeah, let me start over. Box, click. I think I forgot to click the word length. I gotta remember to put my cursor in the perfectly in the X direction. Let me turn off something here. The dynamic input. Okay, length is 2, width is in the Y direction. That should be the perfect 0.5. And the Z can be anything. To be on the safe side, I'm going to put it on the front back layer. I think they fixed it, but if you know, there used to be a time when if you union stuff on different layers, the surface would keep the color of the object it used to be. You with me? So rather than taking time to experiment, I'll just move it to the front back layer. Okay, you started your, you didn't use the starter file. That's fine.
Yeah. Like I said, I got to merge that still because I didn't have the time to download it and put it onto the company computer.
All right, let's see what layer. You got it on the exercise 6 layer. Actually, match properties might work. Let's see, drop down. Now, M for move. Now, can I move this perfectly vertical? Union, the 2 together. There we go. Got a bit of a space there for the bird to hop up. How did I move the hole? Was I successful in moving the hole with? I think it was here. I've already forgotten what I did. Retirement can't come too soon for me. I think it's offset. Well, I think I just offset it right into the opening. Let's try that again. Offset faces, select the hole, hit enter. Specify the offset distance. Well, let's type 0.5, see what happens. Interesting. Well, if we wanted to, you know, I won't take time, but consider taking another block, unioning it to fill up the hole, and then simply remake a cylinder, or actually you could copy the perch on top of itself and use one as the sacrificial cylinder to burn a hole through. Yeah, we got time. Let's see, copy. I'll copy it perfectly on top of itself. M for move, I'll pick them both and set them right there. Move P for previous, straight down the Z axis. Okay, does it penetrate through? I don't believe so. Let's look at the left side. Oh, and I got both views now, don't I? Well, that's right. Let's move it in the Y direction. Okay, 3DFO, since I lost my, there, the perch goes inside. And I see no harm in having it go inside far. Now this is on a different layer. We'll see if that thin film in blue still lasts. I don't think it's a problem anymore. Subtract, select the large object, enter, subtract just one, probably the newer of the two, enter. So there, it left the old one. Now you gotta I thought there's a command where you can reduce the diameter of a hole. Anyway, good thing is the inside of the hole is the same color as the front board, not the blue of the perch, like I feared. Let me draw a line 1/2 inch this way, 0.5. And I think I can slice this down to make a sacrificial block.
Excuse me, Paul.
Yes, Sally, what you got?
Yes. I was just looking through all my emails, trying to find the birdhouse starter file. I can't find the birdhouse starter file.
Huh. All right, I'll send it out to everybody again. I don't know. I think I sent the rules out 2 times, week number 7 and again last week.
Yeah, I
But
found the rules.
must have forgotten the, okay, there's my 1/2 inch unit. Yeah, I'll, yet tonight while the recording is compiling or doing its thing, I'll send the starter file to everybody. So slice, select the box, enter. 1, straight up the Z and straight out the X, enter. I believe I can take this guy and put him, superimpose him on the bottom of the board and carefully slide him up so it envelopes the hole that I was unable to move. And where are we? Union. Okay, I want to union that and that. There it goes. So Dan, what's that little speck there? I don't know if I did that or the remnant of yours, Dan. Still got the 2 attributes yet, still got the title block. Dan, you think you can, just occurred to me, you ain't got no title block. Or do
That-
you?
Is that in the starter file?
Yes.
So you're gonna email that out, because I don't have it either. So once you email that out, then I can copy my solids over to that model,
Correct.
right? I can do
Yeah,
a copy base,
yes, the way,
and then I can put everything on the right layers, and then I can use that drawing sheet, so to speak, the format, and stick it in there and make the views.
yeah, I don't believe the layers are a requirement, just so that they're on different layers of different colors.
Okay.
But anyway, getting back to copy pasting, I've had good luck with the copy with base point
Yep.
method.
I like that too, yeah. Control V after you copy base, and it's good to go. Is it-
Yes.
The email you sent out, does it say week 8, week 9, week 7? I mean, what's the title of it? Do you remember?
Stand by. Let's see, AutoCAD class.
You know,
Where are we?
Tom Bauer wants us to do the review on November 5th. Last one. Oh, that's okay. You switched the email for me. You're sending my email to the other account, which is my iCloud account. I'm getting messed up here.
Last
Okay, I got
time,
one.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm looking in my other account. Most of this class I was going through the Gmail account, and then you switched it for me because I asked you. And so now I'm looking at that account. Yesterday you sent me one. Sally, he sent you something, AutoCAD Final Class Tuesday, but that's not a starter
That's
file.
not a start.
Yeah.
I have the instructions from week 7, birdhouse. No starter.
Let me find an old message. I'll send it to y'all right now.
Yeah, I got an email that says week number 8 handouts,
Yeah.
but there's no attachment in there. There's a link to the video, the YouTube video.
Yeah.
And script animation parametrics. That's what I have. And that was November 3rd.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Okay, so you have the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, there's a message I can reply all to. Attach. I keep forgetting if I could drag files into the this Yahoo account like you do Outlook. Birdhouse rules. Make sure that's the freshest one. And birdhouse starter. Make sure that's the newest one. Yep. Okay, birdhouse files. And put the word AutoCAD just in case it accidentally goes to your shipyard email again. Here's the rules and the starter file. It's away. All right, we got about 90 seconds. Any other weak spots? Anybody? You're comfortable with jockeying the UCS around? We use press pull.
Yeah, I got to learn that. The UCS, now I'm comfortable with using it after using it tonight and seeing you do it. I understand the principles for the X. You basically have to select the line, sort of like point, but it's in the direction that you want the X to be going in.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you specify the origin, the direction, a point in the direction of X.
Yes.
And the third point can be any point on the XY plane.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of
Go ahead.
well, it's kind of intuitive to specify a point in the Y direction, but you know, any point on the XY plane is just as good. All right, class. I'll call this a final class. Please get your birdhouse to me to my satisfaction by Saturday midnight. If you, I'll have to admit, the later it gets, the easier I am to satisfy. If you send it to me when I got time, I'll nitpick it. And never have gotten a grading scale, you know, what's acceptable, 3 nitpick hits, 4 nitpick hits. So also, please tell me you've completed the questionnaire and sent it back to Tom Bauer. Any last questions, comments? We'll be in touch again, I'm sure. So I'll send you the link to the recording and on YouTube.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure,
Thank
Dave,
you.
Sally.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Kathy. Okay, let's call it a wrap.
Right.
We gone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
See you, Kathy,
Bye.
Damien.
Bye-bye.